Some 20,000 fans anticipating this fierce rivalry between the two riders starting right next to each other, Kevin Windham and Ricky Carmichael, as we get set for Moto number 1. Chad Watts.
You see all the tear-offs stacked up on his goggles right there. If he doesn't get a good start, a little bit of water they put on the racetrack, he'll go through 2 or 3 of those in the first lap.
Chad Watts, I wonder what he told him right before the gate drops.
Win. Don't get the bike muddy.
He's done his share. 8 wins. He could tie the all-time mark set by Steve Lamson last year if he should win this event here today. Kevin Windham, his 8th hole shot of the year. And right there is Steve Lamson moving into 2nd place. Carmichael 3rd, Huffman, Pashone, Titchener in that order.
You see coming down that hill right there that the ruts lines are much more defined. Usually the soil's a little looser and they can go pretty much anywhere.
One wonders right now, David, when Ricky Carmichael might make his move, as he's just moved ahead of Steve Lamson into 2nd place. Ricky Carmichael, number 70, now in pursuit of Kevin Windham, and look at Ricky Carmichael takes the inside line. Boy, it didn't take him long.
Look at him right here, just charges into that inside line, lays it over, keeps that foot way up off the ground and out of the way. Windham just went a little too far to the outside there, left the door open, and Carmichael's the kind of rider who'll take it. Look how aggressive. When you go from the battle from 4th up to the lead, you really see the difference. Keeping that foot way up out of the way. It's a little easier to do for him too, because he's shorter.
Kevin Windham still hanging close in 2nd place. They're starting to pull away a little bit from Steve Lamson now.
Well, these guys are just pushing so
Whoa! Looked like he put a kickstand down. It was his leg. Got caught up in the rut. Kevin Windham takes the lead back again. Here comes Ricky Carmichael bar to bar. What a battle. Oh, the fans love this one. Talk about a unique line.
Yeah, watch what happens right here. He leans the bike over. See how deep the rut is? It hits the shift lever, knocks it into neutral. Great balance to get back up and put that thing into gear. He lost the lead, but still right there putting the pressure on.
Watch this.
Trying to just create a new line, do something.
Amazing.
Jump over that inside little barrier there. But you can tell when he's riding, it looks like he's having a good time. Everything's new for him. You know, he hasn't seen a lot of these tracks. However, this was the first one he saw as a pro. But everything's new for him. He's out there just having a great time. After about 2 or 3 years, we'll see if he still has the same kind of enthusiasm.
Also, that enthusiasm lots of times is based on, how beat up he's gotten over those couple of years, 3 years.
Yeah, an injury sometimes can change things a little bit for you and slow you down. Carmichael, as we all know, takes chances. So an injury is highly likely the way he rides, but so far he's stayed injury-free and he's in excellent condition, and that always helps to stay injury-free.
Carmichael showing him a wheel. He wants the inside line.
All you amateurs, watch this kid. Look at him work inside, outside, creates the pass.
Oh, great pass by Carmichael. He makes it stick. Windham, though, not willing to let it go.
Watch how these guys ride. They both refuse to follow. Always trying to go outside, inside, square the corner, use a little bit different rut. Look at that, another pass.
Windham right back again. Oh, what a great 125 opening moto we've got on our hands here. Just about one turn away from victory for Ricky Carmichael, with a good lead on Kevin Windham. The checkers for Ricky. Ricky Carmichael on the inside spot, Kevin Windham right next to him, and we're set to go. The gate's about ready to drop for moto number 2 from Delmont, Pennsylvania. And they're off. Kevin Windham, a great start. Windham taking some of his own advice there from the interview after the first moto. Kevin Windham, a hole shot. He is our leader.
It's mental. These guys are all the same pace pretty much. I mean, we've seen them fluctuate just a little bit week to week, but they're all capable of the same pace.
Lamson, Casey Johnson, Scott Sheik, Pashone, pretty much the orders they went through. There's Roncata 112.
Terrible start for Huffman this time. I think he might have been sleeping at the start, not visualizing. It's hard to say, but either way, it didn't work out very good for him. Had a good run going in the first moto till some bike problems, and like Windham said, it's hard to have your head in the right place and ride your best, and it's been that kind of a day for Huffman.
All the fast riders are up front. Whoa, Carmichael slipped out. Windham, a great break for him. Trying to restart number 70. Lamson blitzing by him. Karsten nips a rider there. I can't tell who's down.
Well, there is plenty of time for him to catch up the pace he's got, but he's got to get his way around Huffman, he just jammed around that corner right there. Great technique. Huffman's got a good pace. I think those two can hook up and work their way to the front.
It's got to be a good feeling for this young man to be headed toward a victory in the final race of the year, David Bailey, especially after all the frustrations he had earlier in this season. Kevin Windham looked like he was going to try a heel clicker.
Lamson's not that far behind him, really, and watch right here. He starts to do it, and he's going, nope. I think he overjumped that plateau a little bit and realized, if I do that, I'm going to jeopardize my position here. You can see Lamson just back there behind him. Kind of looks over the fans like, well, I kind of blew that, sorry.
Tim Ferry, a lapper as Kevin Windham now, just moments away from the checkered flag.
Talked about the guys out there, the top guys anyway, all being able to ride good and ride the same pace, but it's who has their head on their shoulders that day, and who's the most confident and focused and able to deal with those circumstances that prevails. And today he got the job done. The
final turn, the checkered flag, and Windham has his 5th moto win of the year, his 3rd overall. Steve Lapson will finish in 2nd, Scott Cheek 3rd, Pichon and Roncada rounding out the top 5. Ricky Carmichael all the way from 30th back to 6th place.
Tell us about your victory lap. Looks like you went back to give the fans a little more.
Yeah, well, I gooned out over the tabletop on the last lap, and you know, they've just been so loud and cheering me on the whole race. So I definitely, you know, had to go back and you know, I guess redo it the right way, I guess you could say.
All right, well, it's a good way to end the season, Kevin. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
We're back in Delmont, Pennsylvania, Steel City Raceway, getting ready for the 250 Series finale. Even though the title is already wrapped up by Jeff Emig, his 2nd consecutive title as we see him here, the final race of the season does have some good ramifications. Getting set for our first moto. Starting to rev up. This is a good long start. Number 2, Jeremy McGrath. Number 1, Emig. It's Jeremy McGrath getting the edge at the corner. Albertine and Ward, Craig also good starts. Oh, look at Emig, edge in front. Now here comes Jeremy McGrath. So Jeremy McGrath will get the whole shot money, but he also has the lead out of that 2nd turn. Oh, Doug Henry is down on the 4-stroke. He's going to have to get it rolling to get it started again.
After getting the whole shot in the first moto last week in New York. Oh, what a different start for him today. He's going to have to come through 40 riders. That's not easy to do.
After laying out 6 races because of those broken arms, it's just good to see him back on the track. Here comes Albertine, dicing with Emig for 2nd place. Jeremy McGrath, number 2, Emig, number 1. Albertine. Whoa, Craig gets out of sorts there, looks back and sees Larry Ward, Honda of Troy, on his tail.
Looking good for Suzuki right now. Both those guys getting off the line, Jeremy and Albertine. Great starts. They got the power heading up the hill. Albertine really making Emig protect his line right now. He wants to go after McGrath, but he can't leave the door open or Albie will sneak in there.
Out in front is Jeremy McGrath, but he's been unable to pull away from those top contenders. As we take a look at John Dowd in 6th place. Dowdy with not the best start in the world. He's coming off a win last week. Dowdy coming up over the hilly section. Ooh, he cased it hard. John Dowd goes down, lands on his feet after a somersault. Looks like the bike is still going. No, he's going to have to restart it and turn around. We've got Emig in 2nd place behind number 2, Jeremy McGrath. Then Craig, Michael Craig, number 15, Larry Ward, and then Albertine. So Albertine has lost a couple of positions, David.
Yeah, that would just take a little mistake somewhere, overshoot a berm, and both those Honda and Troy guys were right there to take advantage of it.
Touching wheels in the corner.
You make a little mistake like that, go down hard.
Here comes Albertine. He's got the inside track, and he moves in front of Larry Ward. And here's a classic matchup. Number 1 and number 2 battling it out for 1st place. Jeff Emig on the inside, showing Jeremy McGrath a wheel or 2. Can he take him? McGrath has the good line through the corner, but goes wide. Emig inched out in front just for a second, but he's still bar to bar with Jeremy McGrath. McGrath the inside line. How will it set up? Oh, nice jump by Emig. He leaped into position to pass Jeremy McGrath. That's that time of the year, and look at this. Michael Craig makes the move on Jeremy McGrath.
That was amazing. Craig came out of there like he was shot out of a cannon. Made it look a little more impressive because Jeremy Just made a slight bobble coming out of the corner, but front wheel didn't even touch. Craig just rode the rear wheel down those stair steps.
So Craig now is in good position if something should happen to our leader. Jeff Emig going by, and he takes part of the course marker with him. Some of it might have wrapped around that rear wheel. That could affect his brake. Let's see if Michael Craig can take advantage of it from second place. Jeremy McGrath has also pulled up a little closer in third.
Looked like it broke loose. That's not quite as bad as the stuff they have in the Supercross.
Whoa! Michael Craig doubles. He goes right by Emig. Emig looking a little cautious. Jeremy McGrath now is putting the challenge to number 1, Jeff Emig.
Emig knows he went wide there. See him looking down. He's got that all collected in the rear wheel, and it's on the brake side if he's looking to his right.
Okay, J-Bone, you're always the calmest guy in the pits. But you got to be worried. It looks like he's got some of that tape stuck in his rear wheel.
Yeah, I seen him go off the track up here, and the banners kind of got wrapped up in there. And actually got all my tools to dig it out, get it done if it was still not working, but it looked like it was working when he came back around, so hopefully he can work back up to the front.
Is the problem with the wheel going forward, or the brakes not working?
It's wrapped up around the disc, so it's kind of melts on there, and then the brakes don't work. That's the main thing. It won't stop the wheel, though. Bike's too fast.
A smile of confidence in his machine and his work now as Emig putting the pressure on McGrath. Michael Craig, you see, just out in front now as Emig in pursuit of McGrath. Whoa, what a gutsy move.
Right across in front of him, McGrath almost clipped his wheel. McGrath counted it perfect, came right back around the inside, squared him off.
Here comes Emig to the inside. Looked like he might have even touched a little rubber with Jeremy McGrath, and it's Jeff Emig moving into second place. Look out, Michael Craig. We still have the battle on, though, as Jeremy's not willing to let him off the hook. It's Albertine right behind Jeremy McGrath.
Craig will hear the crowd and know something went on back there.
And a great crowd in that area, too, as they come up the hill. Michael Craig, can he withstand the pressure of the points champion? Plus LaRocco, Hughes, Dowd, and Swink rounding out our top 10. He's got a great moto put together so far, but he looks back once again. He's not focusing on his own race, looking out in front, as you said. Here comes Emig. Oh, great place to pass, too. And Albertine right now duking it out with Jeremy McGrath, his teammate.
He's all over him.
Albertine, whoa, puts the old squeeze on Jeremy McGrath that time. Emig just breezing toward the checkered flag. Here he comes, the final turn. And look at right behind him, catching up a little bit was Michael Craig. So it was boom, boom, boom for the first 3 places. Emig, Craig, and Albertine. Michael Craig wondering if he can hold up that kind of performance, number 15 against Jeff Emig. And then Jeremy McGrath right next to Emig on the right side. We're underway, Moto 2. Whoa, Emig leaning in a little bit. Jeremy had to back off. 1/900 Pro Shot money goes to Emig, number 1. But look at Michael Craig moving into second place. It's a battle for third. Mike LaRocco, a good start. Michael Craig in second place. Mike LaRocco, number 5, makes the challenge, and he moves into second place. Look out, Craig. You've got another rider right behind you, and Greg Albertine.
Craig looking all over the place.
Oh, gets a little nudge there from the South African. Still continues on. Is able to hop back into the action as Ezra Lusk and Jeremy McGrath tighten things up. Whoa, Ezra cranked the throttle, shot through the air.
A great line through there. I haven't seen anybody do that quite that good. He just got out of there. He sets him. He actually takes just a moment to get himself set up and just sits down to get all that preload, compresses the suspension so it rebounds more, and he gets all that lift. LaRocco, Craig, Lusk, Albertine. Oh, Craig makes a mistake, goes over the berm.
And right there to take advantage of it is Ezra Lusk. And here comes Albertine now on Michael Craig. Craig slipping from second, could end up in 5th by the time they come over this hill. Not quite. Albertine, though, still hanging close. He takes the inside route. Greg Albertine pushing number 15 back another notch. And Jeremy McGrath is on the move.
You know, on the Yamaha now. Renewed motivation.
Oh, John Dowd goes over the bars.
Looked like he clipped that stake there. He had it laid over. That may have pulled on the front brake lever. See if we can tell. Yep, he hits that stake right there in the ground with the front brake, I believe, and it just locked up the front wheel and stood the bike right up on the nose. You don't see that very often. Taking Albertine's advice.
That's right.
Yeah, he's tough. He's one of those guys that can go down. He's giving it 110%. Gets up, doesn't seem to matter. As long as he doesn't bend the bike, he's still a threat. There he goes.
Look at that. Squeezing to the inside on Jeremy McGrath. John Dowd. McGrath acted like he was offended by the pass.
That looks like it could change. He's still close enough to Albertine, and he's got John Dowd right there.
Is Dowdy incredible? He's gone down twice, and still he's in the top 6.
Oh, down again.
Not just as I said. It's a good thing there's not a 3 knockdown rule here in motocross. Larocco has pulled up fairly close to Emig, but no danger. The checkers fly for Jeff Emig. His 7th sweep of the year for his 7th overall victory.
All right, Jeff, what a way to wrap up the best year of your life. A 1-1 here at Steel City, last national of the year, another national championship.
Yeah, I'm just extremely happy, to go 1-1 again. I was kind of, I was wondering if I had too much competition here at the end of the year, like if I was slipping a little bit after last week. But, man, it feels great, to go out 1-1. And, I can't say enough about my mechanic, Jeremy Albrecht, and my team, Team Kawasaki for helping me out.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I know a lot of times you've come to Steel City, you've been in the thick of things. This is the first time you came here when there wasn't a championship on the line because you already owned it, but you still gave it 100%.
Yeah, I sure did. It's the safest way to race when you're out front by yourself. When you get back in the back and you're battling with guys, that's when it gets a little bit dangerous. So it was real important to get the 1/900 pro race money there, that second moto, and it was close both times, but at least I got it one of the times again, and I'd like to thank them for that. And my dad and Lonnie and my trainer John Hall. Everybody. It's just, it's just awesome. I'm just so happy.
All right, well, Emig, congratulations on a job well done.
Thanks a bunch.